Do 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 do. What's up, cast and crew? Welcome back to Tyler's Theater. So, just got done watching The Mandalorian and Grogu. It is almost Memorial Day tomorrow, so it's a pretty busy weekend, and probably the best weekend for Lucasfilm and Disney to put out a movie, knowing that the families are all going to be home. They're going to be, mom and dad's going to be with their kids. So what better movie than to go see The Mandalorian and Grogu? Now, I would say that I'm not really going to get into spoilers in this video, but to be honest, and this was my biggest problem with the movie, there weren't a lot of spoilers to give you. If you've seen anything Mandalorian at all, then you probably kind of know what this movie is about. It's not going to be anything new to you. The whole movie is basically a longer, maybe a little more entertaining side quest from a continuation of The Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2. Actually, I would say this would fit the best mid-Season 2. So, like, if we took Season 2 and we did, like, half of it, and we kind of broke off before Luke and everything comes in, did this, and then put Luke in there and then continued, that's kind of like what this movie felt like. Grogu is cute. People love the dynamic. So like I said, this movie could very well do good in the box office just because the numbers are coming in. Families are going to go see this movie. The kids love Grogu. They're going to love a good sci-fi action movie. And that's honestly about it. So, cool fight scenes, cool visual effects. To be honest, Rado, the slug, is very entertaining. I'm going to be honest. I enjoyed him, and I really like Embo. Embo is a character from the Clone Wars. Badass assassin, and really liked watching him. There's things in this movie, and I've kind of said it in when I was reacting to the previews, Mando removing the helmet and all this, like, honestly, kind of, I was like, we're not progressing here. And so that's my biggest issue with The Mandalorian. We started off with something that was original and pure and fun, and so we fell in love with The Mandalorian from Season 1, Episode 1, especially when Grogu came in and, you know, we got introduced to Ahsoka and Luke and all these characters and cameos, and he began to grow, and then it seems like the story just stopped in Season 3. And then we come back and we make a movie. The first Star Wars movie, mind you, in, I don't know how many years since The Rise of Skywalker, in a theatrical release, and not much to take away. Lucasfilm is clawing their way back, and it could have been worse. It could have been way worse. So I would say that it wasn't bad, but it wasn't overly great either. Middle. And after Season 3, I feel like people kind of just forgot about Mandalorian, and I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen with this movie. People are just going to forget. Give it a week, and I mean, more than a week, but give it time, and it's going to be like, wait, what happened in that movie again that we watched? And Grogu cannot be the hook every time there's a Mandalorian project. The kid, yeah, we get it, it's cute, and he's a baby, and everyone's like, oh, but that only can last so long, and I've said that before. He needs to grow up. And so they knew what they were doing when they were like, oh, well, let's make him this species, because then he can live forever, and, you know, we can keep him a baby forever, and we can keep that there. Yeah, great. Okay, but he's getting old now, kind of at this point. You know, we want to see him progress, and we thought we were getting that when he was going with Luke. I don't want to beat a dead horse and go back to what I've said before, but there's no progression. There's no character progression. There's no stakes. There's no anything, honestly. It's bland. And so that's my takeaway with this movie. Not good, not bad. I think it's fun definitely a fun watch, especially people who are getting introduced to Star Wars. And hey, look, maybe that was their goal. Maybe they realize that they've kind of lost a lot of their Star Wars fan base, and maybe now they realize, okay, we need to start attacking the younger generation, because supposedly the younger generation isn't as connected to Star Wars as my generation or generations older than me. So maybe they're like, we may have to start over, try to hook in the new generation, and hopefully build from there. But there wasn't much to this, to be honest. It's not a I want to watch again type thing. You know what I mean? But that's really all I have to say about it. I'm going to give this movie 5.5 out of 10 for everything I've said. So it's like I'm trying to talk more, but there's really not more to talk about. So I'm going to leave it at that. Did you guys like it? Comment that down below. That is going to be a wrap on today's video. I wish I had more to kind of say and to give you guys, but that's really it. And so very bland, not necessarily boring, just not memorable. That's going to be a wrap on today's video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share again, and I will see you guys in the next video.